Hi and welcome back to the channel, and on this week's episode we're going to be stopping your C64 from going nuclear with one of these power savers. So I'm going to show you how to build it. All the links will be in the description and we're going to go through it step to step, and we're also going to test it at the end to make sure that it actually does work. So let's get to it. So this is the little box I'm going to use, and I'm going to drill some little holes in the top of here to put the LEDs in so they can see them when they light up, rather than leaving them on the little board. I'll show you that little board in a minute. And we also need to drill a hole in the back side of here so we can put that connector into the, so it pokes out at the back. What I'm going to do is solder some wires to the little LEDs that we're going to fit, and I'll put them up in the top of there. But first, what I want to do is solder this thing up. So I'm going to show you it now. These boards are absolutely brilliant. You can pick them up from PCBWay. I'll see if I can find the link for you and stick it up in the description for you, so you can get to these little boards. They don't take much. There's a 2K2 resistor and the rest are 470 resistors. You've got a 4732A diode there, and you've got a 4148 diode there. You have a couple of PN2222As that sit in here, and then you've got the relay and obviously the connector thing there. If you look down back of there, just in there, you can see them two holes. They're just test points. So you've got a ground up left and a 5V on the right. We should be able to test and see what these come through here as well. So I'm just going to go into a little montage and let's get this soldered up, because there's quite a bit of soldering to do on there and some legs to be cutting off too. So let's kick on with that, and let's get it all soldered in. So I'm not going to use any flux because the solder I'm using is pre-fluxed. So that's that built up now. What I need to do now is I've got a cable for there. I've got an old power supply where I've cut the cable off, so we've got the plug and everything just to go straight into that supply there. But you can see now that that's all soldered up. Looks pretty good. Looks good, nice and clean. Yeah, so we're going to move on to this box now. And see if we can get to fit that inside here. So what my plan is kind of going to go in like that, which will be down here. Should make a hole at the back of there so to be able to plug in, and then I'm going to bring some wires up from these LEDs and drill holes and hot glue the LEDs into the top of here so we can see what's going on rather than being inside. Yeah, you could probably see them through that board, but if I put it in that way, you're not going to see them. If I put it in that way, you might see them, but you'd have to look through the vents, wouldn't you? So I wanted to bring them up to the top, so you'd be able to see them lights nice and easy. So we're going to move on now. What I want to do is test this, but I can't check it yet because... Oh, can we? Let's see if we can get away with this. See if this will do it. Short leg positive. So if I put that in there now, and I give it some power, it should be working. We've got a beep, but we've got no... Oh, there we go. So it's working, look. So if it's over voltage, the red light will come on, it will get a beep out of there. So we know that this voltage that's coming through here is actually correct at the moment because we've got a nice shiny light look. So what I'm going to do is, because I've watched somebody else build it before and had a faulty red, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull that one out and I'm going to put this one in just to see if it lights up. I can see that anywhere. Yep, we're lit up, look. So we know that the red works as well. So let's get these bits now into this case. Right, so I got all that soldered back up. I have used that little box and I've drilled some holes in the top. It looks a bit messy in there, but I've put hot glue in to hold the LEDs in the top, and I've put some wires on here down instead of having the LEDs down here. So I'm going to have them on the top of the unit so I'll be able to see that. I've wired it, the plug on. This is just off another power supply that I had that went kaboom. So I just chopped that off and wired that straight onto there. It's not very hard. You just pin out for your buzz out with your multimeter for your ground, and then check for your voltages for your 5V DC and your 9V AC, and just pick it up and solder them in. So that's basically all you do to that. What I'm going to show you now is, you can see the green lights lit, so we know we're good. You can see that I've got this set at 5.3 on here. This is side is just ampage, which doesn't really matter really so much. But if we go over here, and if I turn this up now and I start increasing it, we should get to about 5.6 or just over, and then it'll trip out and make a screaming buzzing noise. So let's go, let's see if it works. After all this work, let's test it and see if it works. So here we go. So increase 5.4, 5.5, fluctuate in between. Let's go again. 5.6 was still good. Should go as soon as it goes over 5.6. Are you ready? So a touch more. Yo! And that screams like hell to tell you it's knackered. As soon as you go back under, it's good again. And go back over again just to double check and show you. So 5.6, 5.7. Screaming away. So yeah, so we've tested it, we know it works, it's all soldered up. Now we just need to build it back up, and I'll come back to you as soon as that's done and I'll show you the end product. So I've managed to get it all back into that case just before I show you the finished product. What I've done is I've just sank it into there. There wasn't a lot to be able to mount that anywhere underneath that. So I've hot glued underneath it, and then we've filled it solidly with hot glue. That should keep that cable a lot stronger in there and shouldn't be able to pull out at all. And you can put some cable ties around there if you want. Maybe I should have done that, you know, just to retain that down. But it's got plenty of hot glue around there, and if it does come loose, I'll know anyway, because it's only for me. If it had been for somebody else, then yeah, I would have been putting cable ties around there and then submerging it like I've done. So yeah, I mean, I've filled the whole base up with hot glue, so it has a nice unity, and it will hold it solidly for pushing it in and out, because there was nothing to make it float backwards and forwards neither. Maybe I could have put a screw from under the back like that, just to stick up on the back, something to push on. But I think having all that submerged in all that hot glue will hold it quite sufficely, to be honest. We can still take that cap off to change the fuse if we need to. I've soldered it up at the top there, where you can see the LEDs up there. I do hope that I've got them on the right way around, because I've not checked yet. So maybe I should do that now. Maybe I should just check, make sure the green light lights and not the red. So let's just do that. Whew, that was lucky, wasn't it? At least we know. At least we know it's right. Because you never know when you're putting these things together. Sometimes you just might get it wrong, and then it's too late at the end of it. So what I'm going to do now is just button it back up, and then I'll let you have another look at it all finished and running on a Commodore 64. It's here, we've done it, it's all back together. What would I do better next time? I noticed at the back there, I don't know if you can see it or not, I'll try and bring it up a little bit for you. When I was hot gluing it, the wire lifted, so it'd have been nice if the wire had been in the bottom. So I've just had to cut a little archway in there so the wire can fit down and it can sit down properly. This side, yeah, it looks a bit jaggedy up there. I am going to take that top back off and just round that to make it look a bit neater. It did pull it back a little bit, so if you can see down the side there's a bit of a gap, which is a bit of a shame. I wanted it further forward, flush with this if possible, and I think just with the hot glue doing that, it's moved slightly while I was doing it. So maybe a little bit more care. You can still see a bit of glue on the bottom of here, that still needs to be cleaned off yet. But yeah, that's it. So let's plug it into the power supply and let's see if this 64 will work on it. So we've got his green light. I don't know whether you can see it down there or not. I'll see if you can see it there. Yeah, we can, can't we? We can still see it there. So I'm going to switch it on and see if it still works. Do we get the blue screen? Please, come on. Yay, blue screen. So just to give it a bit more of a test, we know that 5 volts running there. The system only really needs 5 volts to run. The 9 volt side of it that goes through the rectification, that goes through this and comes back out at 12 volt, goes to the SID. So we don't know whether the SID's working or not, or whether it's getting that through or not just yet. So I'm going to stick the Ghostbusters in so we can hear the sound, and if the sound works then we're all good to go. So I'm just going to stick that in now. You won't see it, but it's done. There you go. Right, so you can see the power supply up there, we're lit up, and it is in a nice Commodore box. I do like it. It looks good in there. So let's see if Ghostbusters works. So yeah, we have got sound, and that's cracking. So pushed it. So as power saver is doing its job, and that will be great now. Let me just turn that off. Let me turn it off. It's not too noisy with me talking. So yeah, that will be absolutely fantastic now. Any Commodores that I'd like to test or out like that are going to be safe. I did have a new power supply, but I tried it on a C64C that were having powering issues, and it fried it. It went puff and up in smoke. So I haven't had one for quite a while now. Neil at Retro For You, he gave me the little board quite a while ago now, so thank you very much, Neil. Much appreciated, and I'll feel a lot safer using the 64 now with the old power bricks, because I know they're going to be safe. Did you see the video the other week when I had nearly 21 volt coming through? Yeah. So if I'd have plugged that power supply into this, that'd have been screaming, and I would have known straight away what caused it. That was the Commodore 64 that I got from Blackpool Expo. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed these videos, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit me the thumbs up. Drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I answer to all your comments, so I'd love to hear from you. We are in Discord as well, don't forget. So if you check the description, you'll see the Discord link. You can come and join if you wish. Everybody's welcome. You'll also see down there some other great YouTubers. There's Captain Commodore, there's Josip Retro Bits, there's Retro For You, among a lot of others. And you'll see a lot of the others in the Discord group as well. So if you've got any problems, or you want to share your retro stuff, or you want to chat with us, come and see us in Discord, or come and see us in Facebook. All the links are below. Thanks guys, we'll see you on the next one. See ya!